Hello folks, this is a quick walkthrough of unboxing our M1 Enclosure. This enclosure is used to house single board computers such as this. Somewhere I have a new one around as well. Actually I have a Raspberry Pi here. Let's get that boy out. Oh, Raspberry Pi is almost, there we go. Oh, it's not a Raspberry Pi, it's a hat. A Raspberry Pi. It's involved to get these connected up and also put hats underneath it. Should have got my new one ready. I've never opened this before, so this is a unboxing video extreme. Goals of this one are take a look at what we got, share it with our customers, and second, see what the DVT unit looks like and maybe make some notes on it. So apologies here, there's something on my desk that's caused some kind of fun tape. Anyway, it looks like it's got a label on it. Let's go straight in. Oh, bit of cardboard. Ooh, very nice. We have got a setup, N1E, very nice. Oh, a toolkit. I was wondering, I also would have got that stuff out. And then the M1 Enclosure and a bunch of cables. Super cool. The M1 in all of its glory. I'm using one of our fabulous anti-static pink bags. Wow. Looks actually very cool. What's on the front of it? It's got a couple of bulkhead connectors, M20 size, so you can replace these with cable glands and things. It has got two SMAs built in if you want to use external antennas on it. It has got the battery at the bottom of it with these battery points on it. How do you undo that? I wonder if you use this screwdriver. Let's have a look. Before we open this up, let's take a poke. By the way, if anybody ever knows me, they'll know that these screws won't last very long, so let's just make use of them while they can. Undo this, and the goal of this plate is it is magnetic. Did I pull out? There we go. Ooh, a little sticker on the bottom. Magnetic plate. This thing locks itself on pretty strongly. It's one of the most impressive parts of this product in my opinion. Give it a solid metal container and it will lodge onto it. Should have got a metal container. You can see from the screwdriver, it's super powerful though. I love this thing. You can mount it. It's got screw points in it for you to connect things up to. And then if it's mounted on a thing, basically you can take your tachyon, bolt it in such that it slots in the background. Why is that not bolting? Huh. Well, that is fun, isn't it? Why does that? Am I just crazy? I am crazy. This is exactly why an unboxing video is amazing. Everybody's going, it's back to front. I kind of think it looks better that way, but I can see why it goes that way because the magnets want to touch the back of the metal. Okay, got that on it. It's got a little security screw. I know these are so-called hex encoded. I do believe you can add on to that a standard security screw if you want to add something in that has a torque on it that's not common. Let's have a look at the top of the box. Typically it's got these spots in it. If anybody can see that, it is, let me see if this camera will autofocus. It will kind of autofocus, there we go. A little bolt. It has 6 of those around the corner, but if you just pull it off, wow, okay. We have a lid. The lid has got a little LED inside it, little window. We have a gasket in particle blue, fabulous. This is one of the things that makes this unit IP67 compatible. So it allows you to torque down the top piece of it such that there's no air gap. The front of it is sealed as well. These things have got gaskets on them, same as this, and therefore in theory IP67 you can submerge it for a period of time, but it will definitely be protected against ingress of dust and most moisture. Let's have a look at this. We have got 2 bulkhead connectors. These are the things I was referring to. So if you can see these devices here, these are currently sealed off. You can shove a screwdriver on the front of them, not this screwdriver which has got no blade, but a screwdriver. Oh look, actually these are just finger tight. I'll keep it down here so we can kind of see. Pop off. If you see, it's got a hole through it, and through that hole you can pop one of these guys. Let's see, how does that work? Oh, how does that work? Maybe, let's see if it goes this way around. It doesn't. Interesting. It does make sense because it looks like it's way too big for that gasket. So how does that work? Great question, folks. If I'm being super stupid, let me know. I understand why that's there, but maybe this M20, wait, this says M20 on it. That says M20 on it. Is something happening here that's not very obvious? Oh, there. Answers on the postcard, people. Stupid stuff's going on. You know what? I'm always got a problem with this type of connector. There we go. Okay. I always somehow think that this should go on the inside. It never does. Okay, bulkhead connector. Now we've got that screwed on. It tightens the sleeve inside it. There's a certain geometry of cable that works for that to keep it sealed. You just keep turning it and it'll squash it down. So okay, we've got bulkhead connectors that we can replace on it. I'm not having mystery about why it doesn't work. Note anybody trying to look at this. Inside of it we've got a couple of two SMA cables coming out that you can connect those to if you want external antennas. And then we've kind of got the main board, and I can see this main board is screwed down. So let's unscrew that. What I want is one of those screwdrivers that you pull down from the roof on some kind of bar that they get in factories. I'm always very jealous when I see that. I'm like, a screwdriver on a cable on demand with its own torque parameters. Okay, we pull this one out. What do we have inside of here? We have obviously the SMA cables, optional. We've got this little button complex. We didn't see at the side here, but we have, wow, that's super cool. I've never seen that button before. That color, blue, you can press it. When you press it, it presses this little thing in here, if you can kind of see that. And then at the side, you've got a couple of LEDs under a lovely gasket again, that pop out here. They're user programmable. If we take a look at this board here, there we can see exactly what's going on. Let's see whether we can figure out the autofocus on this. We can, sort of. Here's a button. I guess you have to do this with this stuff. Okay, there we go. Here's the button. Press it here. It's on the side of the PCB. That connects up with the button on the side of the case. And then we've got a little light pipe here that goes over those two LED nodules there. Again, focus. I'm just going to change this camera's focus speed. So this thing would fit in here, and then it connects itself up to this button, and you can hear it. Excellent, and you kind of got the LEDs down here. Fabulous. On top of this board, you've got a light pipe. This here connects up with this light pipe here, like a light spreader. And if you put this on, oh, we haven't got the gasket on it, but you'll see that the light reflects through it. That means you can see the RGB LED, that's one of the main LEDs inside this board. You see it very clearly and can kind of control that as well. On top of here, there's this plastic shroud or standoff, what do you want to call it. You can add stuff to this. There's a mechanical design, so it's a great place to add in maybe a sensor, maybe an antenna or something like that. In the past, we've slotted in GPS antennas to this. Over here, we have a little button header. So again, let's just go and pop this as we're going to do this. Okay, we've got a button header. Those two are directly connected to the button on the side of the box. And the purpose of those buttons are, you get a board like this old favourite, the Raspberry Pi, and see here, it's got a couple of spare pins. You kind of route the pins to that, and then you have access to the power button. Guess what we got on Tachyon? Exactly the same. It does exactly the same ones in tin. It basically emulates this button, and on the Raspberry Pi, it's also got this button and an LED next to it. How does this fit together? That is going to be an interesting question. I'm going to use this Tachyon device, and I believe that it goes in here. Sorry, just applying a little bit of force. There we go. So Tachyon sits underneath it. There are standoffs, I'm guessing, in one of these packets. There we go. We have little plastic standoffs, if you can see those, that probably go between this board and that. I am not going to do that. There's a space here that allows you to have your Ethernet or USB connectors on it. If we undo this board here, this is exactly when boards break for me. It's the arbitrariness of pressure around these connectors that aren't supposed to be multi-removal. And do you know what I'm going to do? I am going to remove that. There we go. That's exactly what happens. It bends as well. We've got this USB port and Ethernet. If you were to plug this in, you'll see the same thing. It pops up there. And then if you put this into this design, you can see how that fits in here. Those connectors are available. You can put the standoffs on it and fit it in. Let's go and pop Tachyon in. I'm very keen to get this thing actually powered up, so we're going to give it a go. Okay, slotted that back in. Let's pretend the standoffs are in there. It's got a DC input that's routed to the 5-volt input pin on this. It's got a quick connector for those who really want to connect up quick pins or quick sensors to it. Underneath, very basic otherwise, nothing too complicated. It has a battery import to it, and it also should have USB connectors for this old friend. So I think this has caused immense trouble inside our company. I would note that that's probably my general repertoire, but this one here is specifically not the most favorite thing. It is a USB cable. I am curious how this goes. Maybe I will do that. That fits into this side. There we go. And provides you with optional USB connection. So you can plug into that your USB connector to a host and reprogram this thing. It's completely optional. I'm guessing some people will leave it plugged in, but it's not very good on the vibration side, but at least it exists. There's another port on Tachyon. You could use this cable on that port. It's a USB 2 host port and use it for USB breakout and such. What I'm going to do, I have these UFL connectors. I don't even know what this thing is here. Is this, I can tell there's a UFL connector under there. Oh, there we go. Little UFL. On Tachyon, we actually have this GPS port here. If I could connect it up, it will just slot there. Actually, that's not the one. It slots under here for GPS. You connect it up, and now you've got a GPS SMA on the end of it, and you can use your GPS antenna. I don't think I'm going to do that today. I might just shove that through there to keep it out of the way. And that's not the design. There's a battery. There is a battery. You get the batteries separate because they're not in the kit. But you get a battery. Hey, this is a bit of a weird battery, folks, isn't it? It is. It's a 3-cell battery. Typically, we have used 4-cell batteries, or here's a 4-cell battery. Bit of a beefier thing. I don't know what R means, but probably means reuse. We built it this way because it slots in here. It's actually got a retaining lug in the middle of it. And once you put this PCB on top of it, it'll fit in nice and tightly. So let us try that out exactly. Okay. It's a bit loose because I haven't tightened this thing down. But then to stop it, this battery then connects into here. Oh, light turned on, which is perfect. Does anybody see that? There is a light down there. Oh, that's a fun thing, because the button right now is right down here to turn this thing on. You could have set the BIOS, whatever we call the system controller to auto turn on if you had to. And my board doesn't auto turn on because I like to know if it turned itself off. But we could also connect up one of these. I guess this is the battery connector. Oh no, that probably goes here. Oh no, this is the power over Ethernet connector. Oh, super fun. I really wish I'd done that now. If you've got one of these boards of Raspberry Pi, because it's got built-in Ethernet, you can put this header onto here, and then you can plug that up through those 2 holes, and then you can connect a hat to it with PoE. So this board can be completely powered by it. Maybe we don't include the 2-pin header. That does look like true. That's great. I bought my notebook. 2-pin header. Header. If there wasn't some notes, there wouldn't be any purpose doing this. Feels pretty good. Let's grab one of those screws. I know I've got the wrong screwdriver here. Yoink. There we go. Wow. You know, folks, I am thinking this might actually be an unboxing video as opposed, or a very unorthodox one, as opposed to a here's some notes video, because this is looking pretty sweet. Let's put just a few of these back. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to keep that just tucked in. Do you know what? It doesn't look like it's going to interfere with anything, but you never know with these things, do you? Let's see where we can slot it down there. Wow, I almost forgot. There's a GPS antenna that we have. Let's have a look. Where is that antenna? Here. That came with our tachyon kit. GPS antenna. It's all sticky backed. So typically what you do is, if you want the GPS to be on board, you'd undo the antenna. You can stick it to the roof of here if you want, and then it has a cable on it. Just plug it into the UFL, or you can stick it down the side of the board. If you have one of our M1 boards, which is our microcontroller based product range, which isn't on my desk, which makes me suspicious, because I used to have about 30 of them, and 30 of them don't go missing. But I guess they did. Oh, what's this? No, it's not it. Okay. Second panic about M1 boards going missing. The third one, it's going to be bad. It's going to be a mental breakdown of catastrophic things, probably because I've been hoarding them somewhere. We have a M1 board. M1 doesn't have this integrated antenna. It's prepped for use in all sorts of enclosures, and it comes with 3 of these antenna types. So you can put a GPS one if you need it, a sticky one for LTE down the side, and then it's got a small one for Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. This board itself, we invested in this antenna with the LTE, built-in LTE or 5G cell antenna, and then there's a Wi-Fi Bluetooth antenna, and it has become spectacularly good. And I think we're going to keep this thing and just put it on every other product that we build. Why would we not? You can still connect up. There's like a little UFO if you want to override it, but typically I wouldn't recommend doing that. Let us turn this on. Let's check it works on. Salier, where's the button? There we go. You can see it flashing. Oh no, I just double pressed it. Once. Okay, we're going to boot up. We've got the battery connected. Super cool feature. Where's this down here? USB cable. This thing is currently not charging, right? It's operating. There's a little activity light down there. Let me plug. Actually, I've just looked at this thing. This thing looks like a cable that hasn't been plugged in yet. Let's get that plugged in. Okay. Let's see. This thing will boot up. When the light starts to glow, it means that Linux is running on it. I haven't programmed. There we go. Glowing. I haven't programmed this board, but there's a little Python script in it that controls the 2 LEDs at the side. You can have the button cause an interrupt, or you can have it control the power button on the side. And we have some power button customizations in Linux, but basically if you chop these cables off, you could put the box on it, keep that grommet, and the whole thing just chooches. But the batteries at some point is going to die. So you can get different types of hats that go on the top of it. There's a random hat we have here, which is an audio hat with a M.2 card inside it. You can just plug that on there. PCIe connected to it, and suddenly you have audio in a closed unit, which doesn't make a ton of sense. This one here has got Ethernet on it, PoE I think it also has USB. You can plug this thing in, and suddenly you've got Ethernet coming out of it. I don't know how much these are, but I wouldn't have bought it if it wasn't cost effective. This is one of the coolest things. A M.2 hat. This actually goes underneath a module, and there's clearance for it. And this contains, what's this got on it? PCI 3. You know what? The fact that the size of the module's not on it. It's either 512 or a terabyte, 12 gigabytes. But you can shove hats on it. Glowing, connected to the cloud, so the antennas are working on everything. And I believe if we connected this up, having never done that before, interesting. I do not see. What's supposed to happen is that light there is supposed to turn permanently, like mostly on to show it's charging. And again, this thing here, I have just plugged it into this port that has unclear to me whether it's actually working. I could plug it into this USB adapter that is very hot. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just plug it into a dead port. I do apologize. Killing ports is one of my pastimes. This is connected to a real port on my hub. The other one, I don't even know what I plugged it into. Maybe it's even the laptop's not on. You can see the light's mostly on now. It's now charging the battery. Everything just works as normal. As soon as the power goes away, it stops charging the battery and starts pulling from the battery automatically. I think this thing was pulling at idle with 5G connected, something like 0.3 watts. Don't trust, don't like write any news articles about that. But I was very happy to measure at least 1/10 of what the Raspberry Pi idle power supply was. And should be no surprise, this thing is a beast. It's a cellular chipset with lots of the power management turned on. It makes it a really, really compelling product. This thing's charged up already, so you could imagine one of the most exciting parts of it would be you could plug this Ethernet hat in and it will generate power over the 5 volts. It will charge the battery as well. So as long as there's Ethernet power come in, the battery gets charged. As soon as Ethernet drops, the battery's going to last maybe up to 7 days if that's how you program it, always on. You could probably make it last 30 days with a little bit of shenanigans, turning off the radios and kind of idling down a bit, but never tried that. But the power management numbers, I think this is a 34 watt battery, so it's pretty beefy. You could also run a USB cable through this thing. Let's just see, could pop through here. It won't work because this beast needs a little bit of untightening, and probably having these doesn't help. Let's see, pop that through there, pop that through there. Yeah, you can tell exactly it's going to be nice and snug. And I could have connected this up to this. And now I've just got myself an IP, if I tighten that, IP67 sealed unit with USB power, backup battery inside it, GPS built in, LTE 5G cellular. It has a sub 6 gigahertz 5G. I keep calling it LTE because that's what we call it, but it's 5G, real 5G. Expansion port on it, option for DC power if you want to pull DC power into it. Lights coming through to the top. I guess I have to install a Python app to go and get that working. But I'm online. I could just go and connect through Particles Console and have a look at that. Add some sensors in if I want to add a really quick temperature sensor in. I can just plug it in there and leave it in. I can use the status buttons to show me how my application's working. So some diagnostic. These are RGB, so you can put whatever color on it you want. And then, with all this in mind, I can just grab this gasket. Doing this again for the first time live. Satisfactory. Let's see, like that. Yeah, fits in quite nicely. Can grab one of these. Oh, there we go, booked. And what's the connector look like on top? It's a hex connector. So it's probably this 3 spanner. No, that's why we got 2 spanners. Or ratchets, or whatever people want to call these things. I'm from the UK, if nobody noticed. You know what? I bought this over because I really hate free tools. And I'm wondering whether this even has the right size on it. That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? No, it doesn't have it. Oh, does it? Let's just have a play with that. It looks like it does. I think this thing's just not going in. Let's try. Oh no, it doesn't. It's interesting. This has got a certain type of hex screw on it, not a torque. And why wouldn't that go into it either? The problem is, neither of our tools seem to go into this. Am I absolutely crazy? Possibly. Let's have a look. I'm really glad if that's the problem. Oh, no. Hey, everybody. So, apologies. I am stupid. There's another tool. Somehow I mixed them up. Hey, this tool here goes in. Could have sworn that maybe we got 3 of those. No, maybe I'm just foolish. I have a better kit of torques that's smaller which I didn't bring out. I do love these things, like they're just very, very pleasant to play with. I'll just plug these middle two in. You're supposed to do all 6 in order to get the seal done. We've done all sorts of great pressure testing with this, making sure that it works well. You know, why is this screw not going in? Let's have a look. Oh, I can tell you exactly why. Because here's a little flaw for us on the assembly side. If we go and have a look, we put the cable over the top of that. That isn't good. If anybody's out there looking at this in a poll and thinking I would never do that, probably true. I am a software engineer at heart, and software engineers love to discard certain types of hardware as being disposable, even if it's taken sweat, blood and tears to build them. And I guess that's what was happening here. So there we go. Goes in, don't get the wire caught. Plug in the second one. This thing's now powered up, by the way. It's actually charging because I left it going on. Wish I got the LEDs on it. Maybe I'll do a quick video afterwards of showing you how that works. Done. Plug it in, bolt it onto something. What might I bolt this onto that's metal? Does it fit over here? Let's just have a look. It does, but I almost dropped it because it shouldn't do. See, does it fit here? Yeah, it fits into lots of stuff. Nothing I particularly want to take a photo of. So I'm going to end this video less gratuitously. Oh, actually, this looks fun. This is a tie that I was using to stop my stairs from destroying. Pretty sure this is metal. There we go. That is a great demo. This is a metal siding, so you can pull it off, but it's really strong. I love that. We bolted this to the concrete wall in our office because it had metal rebar inside it. You couldn't see, but it was just, you just found it on the wall and I guided it in. Super, super powerful. One on its own, not quite good enough. But 2 needs a lot of force to take it off. Well, there you go. No antennas on it. Sadly, no lights. Let's go and do that amendment video. But if I switched across to installing Python on it, you would not be very excited. Could have been a Raspberry Pi powered over Ethernet. Could have had an audio hat on it. You could have run a cable out of it for audio if you wanted to. Could have put a solar panel. We've seen people put a solar panel on the front of it and run the solar panel cable in. You can get solar panel hats that just trickle charge. We can take that in, it will charge the battery up. As long as you're not using more than the solar power, then it's all good. So it's a software effort, but it's cool. Monitor 1 Enclosure. Developer-friendly gateway for quick prototyping and evaluation. Fabulous. And I tell you the thing I'm going to check on last. Did this go anywhere, or has it not been set up? Got to find something. Actually, just before we cut off, I don't know what this is here. This is a sticky thing. Maybe there's something really important to it. I kind of want to have a play with it. Oh, it's got one of those tapes on it. Oh, it's a piece of sticky. It's a sticky something. Oh, I bet that's for the battery. I was thinking to myself, this battery could do with a sticky thing. That's what this is. It's a double-sided sticky thing. Stop the battery moving around. That makes a load of sense. Nothing extra then inside it. Fabulous. Everybody that worked on this, fabulous job. Never have I enjoyed an unboxing video as much as I have today, and never will I record one again. This is fait accompli. Great. Monitor 1 Enclosure. Plus tachyon inside it. Lob it on a wall. Run it forever. Fabulous. Thanks so much for your time. My name's Nick. I'm the CTO at Particle. And I'm very excited about this. And I know bonus footage. I was about to return these boards to our team who's making the we built a modified prototype and we needed some of these modules back. This is the graveyard of things that broke. Number 2 with the alien. He was really good. I think this board got me through Christmas. It was very exciting. Oh, and look at this. I was going to try this later. It's the red Raspberry Pi. I think the very first one they came out with when it was red. It was very cool and exciting. Great. Folks, thank you so much for your time. Catch you later. Bye.